Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. We're just getting started in the first quarter. Now Breeze will bring his guys to the line to go for two. They'll try and run it with Gurley. And he will get into the end zone, and it's now a two-score game as the lead moves to 9. So 2 successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. Well, we can continue to talk Pro Bowl as we go along, but let's talk a little Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53, 1 week from today over in Atlanta, New England taking on the Rams. Time for your Super Bowl prediction, CD. What do you think?
Well, everyone thinks defense when they think the New England Patriots, but in the time that they've had their head coach and their quarterback, Tom Brady, guess what? They're the #1 offensive team in the NFL. And you know the Rams are high flyers as well. So that tells me that this Super Bowl, low scoring. It's going to be a total anomaly. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line.
I'm going to doff my cap. Big time play, knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. That's complete right around the 8. And he will score. Touchdown NFC. Todd Gurley doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. Great play, but admittedly, the tackling in the Pro Bowl, Charles, not always the best.
I would say that they're not quite as committed to getting a guy on the ground in the Pro Bowl as maybe during the regular season and, of course, in the playoffs. But still, heck of an individual effort there on that run.
Rosas good with the extra point. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The AFC offense making their way back out. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he finds his Chiefs teammate, Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards, a first down. On 1st and 10 is counter. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I have to admit I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Let's go.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Breeze going to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
And the pressure gets to him again. Von Miller able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Breeze now to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Geno Atkins, and an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. Now here's Mahomes. And he will score. Touchdown AFC. A 2-yard touchdown grab as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Well, we saw that tandem hook up quite a few times during the regular season, didn't we?
We certainly did, and it continues now in the Pro Bowl. You have to know that even if they didn't consciously plan it, you do try and find guys you're familiar with in a game like this.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and that will get them one closer. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This is taken at his 4. Shifts by him. They juked him. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Here we go. Ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over. Under pressure, they got him again. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown. Todd Gurley. What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable. And the NFC strikes quickly for 6. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, Big plays are what we're all looking for.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Back out is the AFC offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They run it here with Gordon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Fletcher Cox, the Eagles All-Pro, there to make the tackle. When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game going all the way back to 1939, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
You're exactly right. And that game was played out in L.A. in the same stadium where the L.A. Rams currently play. And back then, they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27. MVP of the game, quarterback Otto Graham. Nickname, Automatic.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Caught by Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Shrugs him off.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. Todd Gurley, 31 yards. And the NFC adds on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing, and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 26 and a first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on
The
here.
AFC with a football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. It's Connor. Fletcher Cox, the Eagles All-Pro, there to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.